he stood before the people and said, "This is what God says. Why do you disobey the Lord's commands? You will not prosper, because you have forsaken the Lord. He has forsaken you." What a horrible thing to be said about you or me or anybody. That's what was said about Joash. In verse 21, but what did they do to Zechariah? They plotted against him. And by order of the king, think about this now, by Joash's order, they stoned Zechariah to death in the courtyard of the Lord's temple. Think of what's happening here. God sends his messenger to Joash in the kingdom to say, change course, you're going the wrong way, you're forsaking me. And what did they do with the messenger? They stoned the messenger of God. That's as close as you can come to throwing your fist in the face of God. And they plotted against him and they killed him. And verse 22, King Joash did not remember the kindness Zechariah's father Joab had shown him, but killed his son, who said, as he lay dying, "May the Lord see this and call you to account." And it goes on here in verse 23. Look at Joash's hand. At the turn of the year, the army of Aram marched against Joash. It invaded Judah and Jerusalem and killed all the leaders of the people. They sent all the plunder to their king in Damascus. And look at the interesting fact about this battle. Although the Aramean army had come with only a few men, the Lord delivered into their hands a much larger army, in other words, the army of Judah, Joash's army. Why? Because Judah had forsaken the Lord, the God of their fathers. Judgment was executed on Joash. And so what happened to Joash? When the Arameans withdrew, they left Joash severely wounded. And his own officials conspired against him for murdering the son of Jehoiada the priest, and they killed him in his bed. So he died and was buried in the city of David. And look at the last line there. But not in the tombs of the kings. Jehoiada got to be buried in the tombs of the kings, and he wasn't even a king. Joash was a king, and he did not get buried. He was so poorly regarded.